Welcome back to the 11th episode of the Afternoon Announcement Show. I'm your host, Lola Smith, and today we have Gennaro. He is one of the organizers of the Trout-A-Thon in Elk County. So, Gennaro, tell us a little about yourself.
I'm from Ridgeway. I'm a retired insurance agent, and I do part-time real estate now. I have a sister in this school, Mrs. DePrater, so don't hold that against me. I have two daughters and four grandchildren, and I enjoy fishing. And I was asked to start the Trout-A-Thon.
What exactly is the Trout-A-Thon?
The Trout-A-Thon, actually, I'm involved in the Chamber of Commerce in Ridgeway, and since I'm an avid fisherman, they asked me to do a fishing derby, such as Elk County Search and Rescue does one, and so does St. Leo's, where a bunch of fishermen come in 2 days and try to catch fish that have tags on that are worth money. And I couldn't do that. That was too much work. So I came up with the idea, it would take too many people to do that. So I came up with the idea of having a Trout-A-Thon where we would get prizes sponsored by local merchants. So and there wouldn't be any fee. Anybody that catches fish, whether they're young or old, live here or come from out of the area, if they catch a fish, it has a tag on it. I brought copies of tags I can show you. They're blue tags. They say Elk County Trout-A-Thon on them. I put them in the fish with this gun. It's a little gun we put them in. Doesn't hurt the fish in their back. And when someone catches that fish, if they keep the fish, they can take the tag, or they can release the fish too and take the tag. So what it does, it promotes the sport of fishing, but it promotes quality of life for our areas, for residents here, and it brings tourists in. We want people to come here and enjoy fishing and enjoy living in Elk County. We want, when you get big and start working, we want you to stay in Elk County and work here because it's a great place to raise a family. And so that's what we're doing, trying to improve quality of life in Elk County.
How do you take off their tags?
The tag, it can be cut off, just a little piece of monofilament line, or you can pull it. You can pull hard, it'll come out. And like I said, it doesn't affect the fish at all.
What kind of prizes can you get for catching a tag trout?
I have a whole list. There's 3 or 4 pages. We're looking to get like 350 prizes. They vary from a gift certificate to a pizza to cash. We have a couple of larger prizes, all different kind of prizes. And what the prizes typically do, some are cash that you would get, but other ones are gift certificates for restaurants. So restaurants now with the pandemic are struggling a little bit. So if you get a gift certificate to a restaurant, you'll go there and spend more money and help the restaurant and use some of the resources for our area. So a lot of different prizes. We have hats. We have they have saws, all kinds of stuff that they have. T-shirts.
Do you get to pick your prizes, or is there a certain...
What we do is we have a list of prizes and they're all numbered. And when you win a prize, the Chamber of Commerce office is closed now because of the pandemic. But the Ridgeway Record has a fish tank, and you pull a number out of the fish tank, and then they'll look on the list. For example, if you pull number 25, you get a prize at Fox's Pizza. You get a Fox's Pizza. And so that's how you get a prize. So it's just random.
Do more than one person get the same prize?
They could, because some people gave us 20, like Fox's Pizzas gave us 20 pizzas. So yes, people can draw, but it's the luck of the draw.
How many different streams are stocked with these tag trout?
We stock as many of the local streams as we can. I can name them: the West Branch and the East Branch of the Clarion River in Johnsonburg and Wilcox, Crooked Creek in Glen Hazel, Big Mill Creek in Ridgeway Reservoir, Elk Creek, it runs from St. Mary's to Ridgeway through Davis-Kahonda. Let me think what else. I think I skipped a couple. No, I think that's about it. We do about 8 or 9 different streams. And then we have some secret streams. Whenever there's a kid derby, if they're and we hear about it, we'll put fish in there whenever they stock the fish. We use the fish from Island Run has a sportsman club has a cooperative nursery. We use their fish, and we use the fish from the paper mill in Johnsburg, Domtar Fish and Game Club. We'll use their fish, and they'll tell us when they're stocking for a particular children's day because we like to hit the areas where children fish.
If you get one of them, do you have to like call a certain number?
There's a phone number on here, but what you do is all you need to do is go to the Ridgeway Record office, and it's open Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock to 4:30.
How long ago did you start fishing?
I started fishing when I was a young child. I started fishing. I learned how to fish, and that's something I wish every kid would learn to do. Every child would learn to do. My father didn't fish, so my uncle taught me how to fish. So I used to go fishing with my uncle, and we did it as a family event. And I just went fishing with my grandson, and he caught this big palomino. He caught a 23-inch palomino this weekend, and trout. We fished together. I was young.
85.
My dad normally takes me. What is your favorite part of fishing?
My favorite part of fishing is, first of all, fishing with children and teaching someone how to fish. But my absolute favorite is just walking the streams and fishing. There are a lot of activities that we can do, whether it be golf or playing baseball or doing different activities, and your mind can wander. Even reading a book, your mind can wander. When you're fishing, you have to watch where you throw. You have to watch where you step. You don't get a whole lot of time to think about anything else. You have to really pay attention to what you're doing. So it's very, very relaxing. And you get to see nature. I saw otters, eagles, beavers. You see ducks, turtles. It's a nice way to get back to nature and keep your mind off everything.
What advice would you give to someone just starting out with fishing?
Now, first of all, if they can go with someone that can help them, would be the best thing. I don't know how many people here do fish, but if you have someone to show you a little bit and take you, and what I like to do is I like to take someone fishing where there's a lot of fish, where they can actually get some. I don't like to fish where there's no fish. I like to fish where there's a lot of stocking programs between the state, Island Run, Sportsman Club, and Domtar Fish and Game Club. When they put fish in the streams, that's a good place to go, and so that you can get to learn how to do it.
Yeah, it's kind of boring just going there and just sitting around and not catching anything.
Well, yeah, it is.
Not even seeing.
That's especially for someone young, you want to have some activity. You want to catch some fish.
Where is your favorite place to fish in Elk County?
My number one best place in the world is
Bus
the
80
west.
and bus 103.
My number one place to fish is the West Branch of the Clarion River. I like the larger streams versus the smaller
Bus
streams.
25. Bus 20.
A lot of people can fish a larger stream without scaring a fish. Smaller stream, you're apt to, not many people. If someone goes ahead of you, they'll scare the fish and you won't catch them, or you'll be crowded. And a crowded on a big stream, it's hard to get crowded.
If you could fish anywhere in the world, where would you go?
Oh, I don't know. I always wanted to ocean fish, but I've only done that a few times.
What is your favorite type of fish to catch?
Well, I'm a trout fisherman, so I enjoy catching trout.
Which ones? Just any?
Well, there's three the brown trout are my favorite, and then rainbows and brooks would be second, and palominos. Everybody likes to catch palominos because they're different. There are not many of those golden rainbow trout out there, but they're fun.
If you were a fish, what kind of fish would you be?
Oh, I'd have to be a shark. I mean, I want to be a big one, and when it's not, I'd be the apex predator. I'd have to be the top of the food chain.
Instead of being just a tiny little thing that
I
gets
wouldn't
eaten all
wanna
the
be a
time.
minnow and get eaten.
What do you think is the best bait to use for fishing?
Well, I'm a purist, so I use bait. I use wax worms. I use salmon eggs. I use minnows. But what I catch
Students
most.
going to the boys.
Surprisingly, corn.
Corn?
Fish like corn.
That's weird. What is your most memorable fishing experience?
Most memorable when I fished as a young boy with my uncle. I would go with my uncle repeatedly. He would catch fish. He would give me instructions. And all of a sudden, one day, I just got it. I just knew how. I just learned how to do it. And it just took me a while. And that's my advice to anyone, for anybody, is to just like anything else, whether it's sports or anything you might do, you just keep trying and keep practicing. You want to keep doing it.
Every year I forget how to fish. I forget how to cast.
Bus 102.
I just can't remember.
Bus 102.
What is the best advice you can give a young kid?
I guess just what I just said is to keep
92.
trying, keep
Bus
after it.
92.
You said you forget casting. You want to just keep
92.
trying, practicing, and fishing is kind of a funny sport. Fishing is trying to catch a fish. Catching is another sport. You can go fishing without catching a lot of fish. Obviously, it's more fun to catch fish, but just standing and trying to catch a fish is relaxing. Like I said, you have to pay attention, get your mind off everything else. If you don't pay attention, you're going to be in a tree or stuck on a rock or stuck somewhere or slipping on a...
Or a fish is going to eat your bait and then you're not going to notice.
Exactly. A fish will take you a bite and won't be able
Bus 86 and bus 84. Again, bus 86 and bus 84.
Well, that's it. Thank you for coming.
Thank
Thank you to our sponsor, Dave's Pro Shop. If you go there, tell them that Class Crew sent you. And don't forget to go to www.classcrew.biz to get your awesome tie-dyed merch. See you next week.
Thank you very much.